Hey guys, it's the Metalway 5. We're back to more Mega Man 6. Last time, we defeated Mr. X at the end of his fortress. But it turns out that Mr. X is actually Dr. Wily the whole time! Who would have seen that coming? And now we move on to Wily's own fortress now that his plans for world domination have failed. And Wily's fortress, honestly, is not that hard, as if the entire game already wasn't that hard enough. But yes, that typo that you saw there, where they misspelled failed, that was in the original game. And for some reason they did not fix it here. I don't know why. I remember that in the Anniversary Collection, the one that was never released in Europe, they actually did fix that. So I find it weird that they didn't here. It makes me wonder if this might not be It makes me wonder, like, maybe the other sort of typos in other Mega Man games haven't been fixed either, because I know this isn't the first time there's been a typo in a Mega Man game. Anyway, for this stage, the main gimmick is that you're going down this downward shaft. There is an alternate pathway, but you have to use the jet adapter just to the right spot in order to get it. So I'm going to switch here, and this is going to be a little bit tricky. But first off, we got this cannon here, and damn it. Come on, hit the frickin' thing. I'm quite frustrated because I've been trying to get this alternate pathway so often right now. And I've just kept missing it, and I really want to show it off, so I kept having to restart this level over and over again just to do it. Thank you. Now I'm gonna try and get the hell fall into the spikes! Well, looks like I just gotta move on. You fall- oh god. You fall down this shaft here, and then after this one, you want to press the A button just before you go through. Because that will just allow you to get through there. If you press that too late, you'll fall down to the next screen anyway. But now that we're here, I can now start talking about something I wanted to talk about for a bit. I mentioned at the beginning of this LP that the Legacy Collection bundle was never released in Europe, so I had to buy both Legacy Collections separately. And also, obviously, the fact that the Anniversary Collection was also never released in Europe. And the thing is, does Europe just hate Anniversary Collections or something? Because I know that the Kirby Anniversary Collection was also never released in Europe, and I have no idea how you're supposed to get through there, because the spikes just start blocking you. Okay, there, you just gotta drop down at just the right time, and I've got so much stuff that I can refill. Well, first off, Silver Tomahawk is a priority for reasons you shall see later, and Yamato Spear, also for reasons you shall see later, and then... I'm sorry, I'm using the rewind button for that, because I did not mean to select the energy tank there. And there, Fire Blast. Alright, yeah. It's also not, they've also had plenty of other cases of games that have just been released in, like, America, but have never been released in Europe. Like, I know, for instance, Mario Super Sluggers was never released in Europe or Australia. I mean, granted, I don't really care for it, because it's just a baseball game. It doesn't really matter to me, but I'm just thinking, like, why? And then, like, what was another one? I can't really think of this time, but I feel like the only sort of advantage to being a gamer in Europe is that sometimes you could get, like, a game earlier than everywhere else. It's uncommon, though. Like, I know WarioWare Gold was released in Europe before anywhere else. But most of the time, you just kind of get screwed over. Like, I think the only thing that we in Europe have got that people in America didn't was the Wii version of Pikmin 2. And that's not even, like, that big of a deal in the end, because Americans could just still play the original GameCube version anyway, so it's kind of dumb. Anyway, there's another one of these Sniper Joes in the way, and he does not shoot for some reason. And we are already at the boss. This boss can actually be quite tricky because of the hitbox. I'm going to try to find out its weakness for starters, and then obviously when I'm probably going to die, we'll just move on, because it's a giant-ass dinosaur. He shoots platforms out that you gotta stand on, and the hitbox is in between the eyes, but sometimes the hitbox just doesn't load instantly after it gets hit, so it's quite tricky to sort of hit it in that regard. And also its attacks come pretty fast, and when obviously you gotta ride on these platforms to hit it, you can obviously die pretty fast, honestly, although I'm surprisingly doing pretty well. Its weakness is Yamato Spear, which obviously I'm probably gonna have to use right now. So trying this again, I'm already missing. Oh, great. I remember when I first played this game on the 3DS Virtual Console, I had a lot of rage moments in relation to this boss, just because I kept trying to hit it with the spear, and it kept missing, which obviously at the time I didn't realize, because that's just how the hitbox is sort of wonkily, I just made up a word there, how it's kind of wonkily programmed. And if I could just please hit it for this one final thank you, there. I used like half my weapon energy on that damn thing. I don't really have anything interesting to say for the bosses here. I mean, for like the map thing. But, alright, we got another stage with ice physics here. The stage actually has a lot of mechanics from Blizzard Man's stage, other than just the ice physics, because we also got a lot of the enemies that were in that stage. I was pressing the slide button to move there. Never mind. Go! Oh, thank you. Alright then, I believe there is... Yes, there's 2 shield attackers to go out for you right there. Thank God. Alright then. Now this section, we're gonna get more Yoku blocks, and there's another split pathway here. It's a little bit like the Mr. X Fortress 1 split pathway, where if you don't take it, you just go a more roundabout way. But if you get on this Yoku block and then destroy that with a Fire Blast, you can go right through there, obviously, as long as you have the Jet Adapter. Just so you can obviously completely skip the Yoku block section. I think there are more Yoku blocks if you don't go this way, so it's perfectly fine for me to avoid it. But alright, let's just continue on. More of these cannons. They're loving these cannons. Just saying, it's probably going to be, yep, another one. There. And oh my god, really? I know, like, some sections of Wily Fortress stages do reuse some, like, the same group of enemies, but still. And I think that's where the top path would have just came back together. Alright then. I've got these mortarboard enemies, which are very annoying, but alright. Trying to think. I wonder if there's a way to kill them without them going on a rampage. No, it seems like once you shoot them once, that's it. I guess Jet Adapter to go up there. Or, you know, that can just happen, but alright. There's only some way to kill those things faster. Which, actually, Windstorm wouldn't be that bad, because it could... Nope. Just go after the thing, there. Oh my god. Took a lot of unnecessary damage there. Oh, god damn it! Ugh. I really want to get that health thing, but it's so close to the spikes. Fuck it. It's not worth it! Now kind of is. Oh. Oh, thank god. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to regular Mega Man here, just be safe. Still, only there was a way to kill these things faster. Wonder, could maybe Flame Blast do it? No. They love these things. Okay, he killed himself. And we're already at the Wily boss. I'm not expecting to beat this one either. This one's weak to Windstorm, and it's a little bit tricky to hit it just because the way this boss is sort of designed, and I mean that more in appearance rather than how it fights. So once again, I'm going to try with just the Buster only. It is this cannon thing. You gotta hit the top of the cannon with the Windstorm, and as it's a ground-moving weapon, that's not the easiest thing to do. It constantly comes towards you, and yeah, you get kind of screwed at this point. You gotta knock it back with things like charge shots. It's not always the easiest thing to do when you gotta wait for the charge shots, but the Windstorm knocks it back quite a bit. Trying again, let's see how this goes. Okay, no, the hitbox on this thing's bigger than I remember it being. Alright. Again, it's ramming me into the wall here. There, it's dead. And again, I've got nothing interesting to say for the Wily Fortress maps. I don't have anything, because the bosses just kind of go down pretty simply. I don't really have anything additional to say, but this next level is a little bit interesting. I'm not just saying because it starts off as a water theme. There is a new enemy in the stage. Got the fish as well from Central Man stage. We've got these fan things. They're a lot like the fan enemies from Airman stage in 2, because they can suck you in, but they can also blow you away, literally. So obviously they're constantly switching up. I'm going to use the Jet Adapter here just to be safe. And there, that's it switching over to try and blow you away. I don't need the energy tank, so I'm fine with just skipping over it, but... How... I'm just going to switch to the Jet Adapter just to be safe, because I do not know how big this spike pit's going to be. Okay, that takes me right over there. Ooh. Yep. Okay. That's going to be a bit tricky. I could use Windstorm on him. There, okay. Blizzard attack's gonna be my lowest anyway, but I'll make sure to just get that up anyway. Alright then, this water section's only at the beginning of the stage, so I don't remember it lasting too much longer than this. I kinda wanna go back and get that now. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good. Okay. And I knew that fish was gonna respawn. I am 1 bar away from full health. And then they bring these cannons back as well. Shit. There. Okay. You need the jet adapter anyway to get up onto that ladder, but this just makes it easier for me. And we got the teleporter, so I think you kind of know what that means. The boss rush! I kind of want to go after Tomahawk Man first, but because I'm not at full HP, I'm not the most confident. I did make sure to look up where these ones were, though, so I'm gonna go after Windman first, and I believe he's in this one. Yes, he is. Alright. Again, Windman is very easy with and without his weakness. Okay. And is he just gonna do this? He's gonna, like, follow the X-free boss strategy here and just go back and forth. The only worry you really need about when fighting Windman is just, obviously, make sure you just time the shots right. But alright. Full HP, go after Tomahawk Man, who I believe is the bottom right. I mean, yeah, right. I always sometimes instinctively get left and right mixed up. Yes, here we go. Oh, God. Alright. Beat him without even getting hit! Take that! Alright then, so, who should I go after next then? I know Yamato Man is the top left one. I think he can be a little bit tricky. I thought I was not going to make that jump for a second. I kind of need to time my Silver Tomahawk shots right though, because you're gonna need Silver Tomahawk later on. I'm not doing the best as well right now. Stop moving around like that, jeez! There! My god! I believe Blizzard Man is top right, but, I really don't want to die, though, is the thing. I think Plant Man's actually the middle left one, so I might go after him, then. Okay, it is him. I just gotta not stand in that corner. Because I remember I saw, like, a playthrough of this where like, the guy was just standing in that corner over and over again, and he just wouldn't go there, so I thought that was, like, the best strategy to fight him with. But I was dead wrong about that. Also, I just noticed that Plant Man's sort of health bar looks very psychedelic with its color scheme. Right, as long as I just time my shots right, I know right. Yeah, the Blizzard attack does not pierce his shield, it was not like Water Wave in 5. And... you miss. And die. Thank you. Again, I'm pretty sure it's like 5 where you have to get the health pellet just to refill your health, but alright. I think Flame Man is the middle right. I'm pretty confident about fighting with his weakness at this HP, so... yeah, here we go. This always feels kind of satisfying for me, because how much trouble Flame Man usually gives me when fighting without his weakness. So, obviously, taking with his weakness and he just goes down much easier is more satisfying for me. There. Alright, then probably should go after Blizzard Man next, and then it'll just be down to Nightman and Centaur Man. I remember Centaur Man's next to Windman, funnily enough, but I've forgotten Nightman was left, when he's my favorite, which is ironic, but alright. And now I'm forgetting which weapon to select, so Flame Blast again! Okay. If he keeps doing this, that'll be perfectly fine, but nope, he's gonna switch to that. Alright. There. Ooh. There! Okay. Don't really know why I wasn't really talking there. Not like I really needed to concentrate or something, but okay, I think Centaur Man might give me a little bit more trouble than Nightman, so I'll go after him first. And then save the best for last, in my opinion. What is he gonna do first? He's gonna run! Alright, stay in the middle, and then just make sure I can slide underneath that. And then he's gonna freeze time again. There. Oh, come on! I was sliding! Oh, what? That hit me?! Just being near his presence hurt me. Alright then, and then I have full HP to take down Nightman. Again, Nightman's pretty simple to fight with his weakness, so... Just, oh god, he's gonna keep running towards me! Like he did when he beat me when I was trying to fight him without his weakness. Okay. And there. Simple enough. Now, of course, you know what that means. I'm gonna be taking on Wily himself. Or not! There's no boss of that level! It's just a boss rush, which is weird. Now, something I've always wondered about the Robot Masters is, like... Because in, like, Mega Man Powered Up, it shows that they're, like, holograms or clones of them and not actual the ones, but... It doesn't really show that for, like, the other ones, so it makes me wonder if they're, like, actually rebuilt or they're really just supposed to be clones of them. There's weapon energy over there, which I kind of really needed. Oh, great. You fight the Met Dispenser boss as well. It's a little bit trickier to hit it with Flame Blast this time, just because it's higher up than it was in Tomahawk Man's stage. But if you can actually hit it... There, just keep this process up. This is the only thing you really gotta fight in this stage. There was that cannon enemy, but you kind of mostly just avoid that. Alright then. Switch over to Silver Tomahawk. Because as you're probably gonna guess, yes, Silver Tomahawk is Wily's weakness. Actually, I know for a fact that Eddie pops up here to give us one last bit of health. Yes! Eddie! That was exactly what I needed! Yes, full health, and full weapon energy. Going straight into the final boss battle against, of course, Wily Machine 6. It's a little similar to the Wily Machine, the Wily Crusher, I mean, from 5 after the boss rush in that game. Again, it's very simple. You just slide to get around it. It fires those shots, which are very easy to avoid anyway. I do not remember doing that, though. But alright. Well, the second form, where just the skull is exposed now. Wily sort of jumps more randomly around the place, rather than, like, left and right, though. And once again, he is weak to Silver Tomahawk. Both of these forms are weak to the same weapon. And now... a third form, which is the Wily Capsule itself, which actually works a little bit similarly to how it worked in 5. And once again, he is weak to Silver Tomahawk. Every single Wily form is weak to the same weapon. This is the only time this has ever been done as well. I just find it, again, more sort of reasons of why this game is actually kind of easy, because you just need the same freaking weapon. Alright, one more hit should... Oh god! I'm gonna use an energy tank here. So yeah, another obviously big reason why this game is quite easy is just because you only really need to focus on having your Silver Tomahawk weapon energy up for attacking Wily with. That's all. And even if you run out, if you got all the beat parts, then, you know, it makes this bit quite simple as well, actually. Alright, one more hit should do it. There! Luckily, we also defeated Rope Man on the way here. Capcom Times, Dr. Wily, Die Hai-Un! Triumphant at last, Mega Man arrested the notorious Dr. Wily and brought him to justice. Sentenced to prison for his crimes. Could the auto-prompt come on? Dr. Wily now rules over a prison cell. At long last, the world is at peace. Until the next game. And that was Mega Man 6. Again, the easiest out of all the 8-bit Mega Man games. I kind of need to clear something up. I kind of noticed that when I was talking about the game at the title screen, I made it kind of sound like I didn't like this game. That isn't the case. what I more meant to say was that I just wasn't really that worried about going into this game compared to all the other Mega Man games. Let's see, Blizzard Man designer Hirofumi Ogawa. I'm gonna work this in as well. I swear, if Yusuke Murata designed a Robot Master in this game as well. But, what I more meant to say is that, obviously, with all of the other Mega Man games, I get a bit nervous when I start playing them, because I'm worried that I'm gonna obviously keep dying over and over again. That's generally what happens, because they are hard games. But with 6, I don't really get that feeling. I felt more, like, laid back going into it. Kazuki Kidoguchi. I felt more laid back going into it, just because it is easier, and I was obviously expecting not to have as hard of a time. I died a lot in the Robot Master stages, but after that, not so much. Noritsugu Kurokawa. I'll probably just save my rest of the thoughts on the game until, like, after we've gone through all the Robot Masters. Also, what the hell are they supposed to be doing? They're just fighting thin air. Is this what they're doing when they're waiting for Mega Man to go through the stage? Nightman, Daniel... Okay, so I guess that's the misspelling, and the double E is actually how you're supposed to spell his name. I got it backwards then. Plantman Nobuhiro Hoshino. I'm sorry that your Robot Master is considered the worst by Screw Attack. And Tomahawk Man just decides to throw his tomahawk at nothing. I need to get out of this room! Destroy the walls! Yoshinobu Suda. I'm quite surprised that Tomahawk Man was Japanese made, considering they're so American! In fact, actually, I'm going back to that racist stereotype joke. I think, like, if there was a Trump man, he'd be the shield-using Robot Master, and he'd just build a wall around himself. And for... The only racist stereotype thing I can think for China, although this actually is quite offensive in a way, is Sweatshop Man. Windman and Michael Lida. Alright, Yamato Man, I completely forgot about you! Virgil Sword Man! Rai Ichikawa. Is that it? Yes, okay, that is. And we're in space once again! So with 6, again, following on from me just going on about being easy, I still have a lot of fun with this game. I mean, there are some stages that I think I'm not really the biggest fan of in the design, either just because they kind of reuse the same enemies a lot, or, you know, just because there's some bits that I think are a little bit unfair, like those damn mortarboard enemy section in Wily's Fortress, but I still think it's a very fun game. It's just, I was shocked that even I learned before working on this that this game was never initially released in Europe. Because obviously the first time I played it was just with the 3DS Virtual Console and using tons and tons of restore points. Just tons of restore points before Flame Man, just so I wouldn't have to play for his entire stage again to get a game over. And that's it. Again, I feel like I have barely anything to say with Mega Man. Okay, no, that's the end. I feel like I have barely anything to say with Mega Man games, because it's kind of like... Mega Man games are kind of the same thing, you know, because it's the same sort of general thing. If you fight the Robot Masters, you go through 1 or 2 fortresses and you fight Wily at the end. Because I think that's probably my only real issue with, like, 4, 5, and 6 put together, is that they basically have the exact same plot. There's someone who you think is the bad guy, but it's actually Wily. You thought Dr. Cossack was the bad guy, but Wily was blackmailing him. You thought Proto Man was the bad guy, but Wily created Dark Man to pretend to be Proto Man. And then you thought Mr. X was the bad guy. Like, it's the same frickin' plot. But as it says, even though I'm not obviously gonna get to 7, maybe some point in the future, it does say to be continued, and at least 7 does have a more original plot. But alright, I think that's everything I really need to say, because again, I can kind of compact a lot of my thoughts together, and now it's gone into sleep mode. Again, like with 4 and 5, it stays on the screen forever. So, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play of 4, 5, and 6 put together as a trilogy, kind of like Star Wars in a way. I'm very looking forward to Mega Man 11. I actually have a little bit of a plan for something, which I think you'll see tomorrow, depending on if... It's assuming that if none of these videos don't get delayed by a day or anything. And I shall see you on my next Let's Play. Of course, we've gone to sort of the future with Mega Man. And now we're once again going to a different time. Somewhere else familiar and all about time. But it's probably not exactly what you would expect from this series, at least given more recent developments.